In this episode, we're going to dive deep into insecurities, self-doubts, how to overcome them, my up-and-coming TEDx talk, and artificial intelligence. No way! Alright, here we go. What's up, champ? Hope you have a great day, another video, another TRUEversation. This is going to be a weekly recap and insights of all the things that's been happening these last 2 weeks since I last sat down here with you guys. Been, however, posting content every Monday, throwing out one video, one podcast every week since I announced it 2 weeks ago. Not a lot, not a huge journey, but still, gotta celebrate every win, acknowledge every progress. And as just a quick recap of, for you guys who do not know what's been happening, a lot of things have been happening lately. Lost access to my Instagram, decided to use this momentum to move more into whatever next phase is about to come in my life, right? More podcasting. Gotta fix the turban. Shout out to my turban. I'm gonna probably run a quick story about this turban lately, or this turban later. But yeah, using more AI, going into this new phase. I will still keep coaching. I will still keep on dancing. However, I will definitely make sure that my life is going in a new but same direction since I just lost access to my, it's been about a month now, almost 2, since I lost access to my Instagram, which took me almost 8 years to build up to 14,000 followers. I'm going to be honest, it took forever. And as I will continue to grow a new Instagram at coach.sebastian.cv, I will, however, start doing way more podcasting and find new ways. I'm not interested in building an entire business around Meta like I did last time. Don't only want to build a personal brand, actually want to do business, right? And as I'm starting this new phase, right, it's very interesting. It's very, very, very interesting because one of the things that I really proud myself over and one of my strongest attributes as being me is the fact that I'm very aware of my thoughts. I'm very aware of my thoughts. I hear them. I know where they're coming from. And because I do that and because I've been coaching for over close to a decade right now, it helps me a lot to navigate out of this situation, right? So this last 2 weeks, I've been feeling a lot of friction. I've been feeling a lot of friction in this new journey that I go on. And what do I mean with this? It's this podcast, for example. Podcasting is something I really, really do enjoy doing. And I have this beautiful setup when I can literally press one button and everything starts automatically. Like that's how little friction it is. But I still haven't gotten into the routine of doing it like continuously, right? This is why I started this podcast with celebrating the fact that here I am again. And these types of friction creates doubt, right? So as a result of me losing my Instagram, my client input has been taking a toll. I'm not making as much money this last month because of my lead generation pool was from Instagram, right? And as soon as that happened, I started to hear thoughts of doubt in my mind, voices of desperation almost, and that's what I say, right? So all of this tiny friction, it creates doubt, and doubt creates step backs. But it only creates step backs if you allow it to. I acknowledge me doubting, I acknowledge me doubting. I'm doing the fact that I'm stepping into a new industry. I still want to do health, but I want to do more e-health. I'm knees deep into this app that I'm developing, and it's a lot of things happening. So it's like you start to doubt yourself. But it only matters. That doubt is like any other emotion, any other feeling in your body. It only matters if you react to it. And I'm very aware of my reaction and how I react to things, right? But I've been feeling this friction, like I keep saying, right? But again, doubt only matters if you give it life. And if you don't give it life, nothing's gonna happen. You're just gonna hear it and boom, you're gonna keep on going, right? And you hear a lot of successful people, like Instagram. You hear a lot of successful people talking about, like, I never once doubted myself. I never once doubted myself. Listen, that's a lie. That's a lie. Do you know how much people doubt themselves? I doubt myself. Fuck yeah. I'm working on accomplishing the impossible over here. Like, we are literally, me and my team, we're literally developing an app right now. It's an app, but let's call it tech solution. It's going to be more than just an app. We're developing a tech solution that we believe can literally improve mental health worldwide. So we're working on accomplishing the impossible over here. You don't think I doubt myself? Of course I do. Of course I have doubts. But my faith in myself is bigger than my doubts. The faith I have in myself is way bigger than any doubts I could ever have. So as much as I hear the doubt, I do not acknowledge it. But at the same time, I've been feeling friction towards sitting down and doing research and sitting down and doing the work that I need to do, right? And I've been prioritizing things that feels easier for me. And I come on. Cousin. One second. Oi, prim. Oi, mané. Te diretivo. Sebim, o que vou te fazer? Botei na mana. O que vou querer fazer? Vou querer para mar. Vou querer para uma tia te bai também. Tia te dormir ainda. Ele fica na festival ontem. Ok, cool. Te trabalhar um guizinho, depois não pode para job. Ok, so a pessoa fica na casa, não te para job depois. Ok, primo. Ciao. What better feeling when your 6-year-old cousin calls you on a Sunday and says, "Hey, prim. Hey, cousin. Do you want to go to swim? Do you want to go to the beach?" Like, that happened. Yeah, so my whole point is just that whatever you will feel doubt, whatever journey you are on. So, but just the awareness of me saying that to you will make it easy for you to overcome it, because your faith will needs to be stronger than your doubts. And a lot of people are talking about, this is where I ended up, like a lot of people are talking about, no, but I never once doubted myself. That's a lie. It's a huge lie, right? And because I'm feeling this friction that I keep talking about, I've been feeling that I'm being pulled towards what is easy versus what I should actually be doing, right? So I have a TEDx talk coming up. Not that that's easy, but the process of creating that and fine-tuning that is way easier than the process of learning the basics of coding in order for me to better utilize artificial intelligence, right? So on one hand, I have a TEDx talk coming up, and on one hand, I'm building the new skill of coding so I can use that for artificial intelligence, right, to better utilize it. This, for me, is way easier than this. So I feel no friction doing this. This is way harder. This is way, way, way harder for me. So as a result, I procrastinate this a lot. I procrastinate this. And so what do I do? Like, my mind wants to distract itself because this is hard work. So I also feel like a way stronger pull towards social media. But then I just set up, first things first. What do I do? First things first, I don't judge myself. I have the awareness of it. This is completely normal. I don't judge myself over what I'm feeling or what I'm going through. That's the first thing. Second thing is that I'm making sure that I have an action list, like a task list that I should do every day. Very simple. I should check up on my students. I should work on my TEDx talk, and I should put maybe an hour of coding, right? So I don't say, I'm going to do coding, because that's way too wide. That's way too broad for my mind to like comprehend. So I make it super simple so I almost cannot fail. I'm going to work with coding for an hour. this specific course. So I have an in time and an out time. So I have a closed loop. Make it way simpler. And at the same time as all of this is happening, I'm also feeling, so that it's a macro lesson, what I'm talking about right now, and that just sprinkles into micro situation in my life. And I was at an incredible concert, by the way. I went to saw LG Beats Killa, a Cape Verdean artist. Incredible. Best show I've seen since I came to Cape Verde, for sure. Hands down. Had like 8 dancers, 4 artists, guest artists, like, man brought 3 strippers on stage. Rock solid show. Rock solid. Not a concert, that was a show. And when I saw him, I saw dancers on stage, and I saw myself. I'm like, wow, I used to been there, right? Like, I've been doing those types of things in the past. And then I heard that same little voice of doubt coming into my mind. And he started saying, he's like, maybe I should just go back to dancing. Maybe I should just go back to Europe and become a dancer again. Because that route would be way easier. I've done that before. So there's less friction, right? Less friction, way easier. And it's kind of like, I see this as your mind is trying to fill in, and then you're glamorizing what it isn't, right? So like, I know how it is to be a dancer. I know how it is to be a tour. It's not that glamorous. I've done it. I don't want to do it right now. Unless it's an artist that I like. It's an artist that I like. I could do it with LG. Never mind. I don't want to do that right now in my life. I want to focus on this artificial intelligence, right? This is what I want to do. And when you're going through all of these things, I can see how it's very easy for me to just fall back into this. Like, just me talking about it, right? But it's the same thing as, when you're breaking up with your partner, and then the next person that flirts with you is like, oh my God, she's perfect. Like, he likes water, I like water. Like, you are you're giving it more value than it actually is. You are glamorizing it, romanticizing what it isn't, right? So it's the same thing. It's like, oh my God, all of the things I didn't have in my previous relationship, this new relationship has it all. This person is perfect. No, bitch. He or she is not. The fuck? All of the other, you're just blind right now, so you don't see all the other things. It's kind of the same things as I'm feeling right now, right? Oh my God, dancing. Wow, that's amazing. I missed it so much. But have I though? Like, have I missed being on? I miss being on stage. Make no mistake about it. But have I missed, like, if I could? I can express this. If I could go back and just do my dancing life one more time, when I'm going on tour with my own company, traveling, dancing, workshop, party 3 days a week, like, versus what I'm doing now, no, I would not change it. Because if I wanted to do that, I would just do it. Like, I'm still capable of doing that. I still have the contacts. It would take me a couple of months, but I would pretty fast just get right back on that. So no, that's not the case at all. So you got to stay focused, right? You got to stay focused. It's like, if you're gonna go back to the example of the partner that I just used. If you decided that you're gonna work on yourself and stay single for a while, then do it. Do it, right? If that's what you decided to do, then stick to it. Because you need to do the internal work. Because again, imagine if I didn't do this internal work. I'd probably live in Europe by now. I would probably panic. I would probably feel like, oh my God, like, I can't do this. I need to go back to Europe, blah, blah, blah. Like, safe zone, comfort. Nah, that ain't it. This ain't it. So all of these thoughts are very interesting to have. It's a very interesting journey to be on. I'm not discouraged, even though if I heard and felt like sprinkles of self-doubt, I don't judge myself for it. I'm not angry at myself. It's part of the process, and you just have to continue moving forward, right? Now, TEDx. Super excited for that. It's less than 2 weeks away. It gets closer and closer. I now have I've now been preparing for this for 3 months. 3 months? About 2.5, 3 months now. Feeling good. Felt that honestly if I needed, I could go up on stage and do it tomorrow. However, I don't. I do rehearse every day. I feel my story's on point. And for you guys who don't know, TEDx are saying that you're only allowed to give out 18 minutes. 18 minutes is the longest duration of your speech. I am, however, certain that mine won't be 18 minutes. I'm certain mine gonna be longer. I'm confident in that. We'll see what happens. I'm squeezing out all of those 18 minutes and a little bit more. I've seen other people do it on their social media, so I'll hope it's right. We'll see what happens. Excited. Gonna talk about mental health, what I've been through, my story, a couple of lessons, key takeaways. Tell a lot of things I never said before in public. So it's gonna be very interesting to see that. But it's the same thing there. When I'm reading my TEDx, what I've been doing, what I'm really grateful for, is that I've been reading my TEDx for a lot of friends, a lot of people that I knew from the past. I've been I've been inviting them to join online. I've been reading it in person for a bunch of different people, getting feedbacks. Also, so I get used to seeing people in front of me, right? Since this will actually be, I've done public speaking before, but not to this extent, not at all to a TEDx extent, right? It's way different when you are hosting your own festival, being on stage, versus when you're getting invited for TEDx. Or at least I feel it's different. It might just not be, right? Because I know when I'm entering, I'm just gonna enter and do exactly what I do as I'm on stage doing my own thing. Now it's just that I got invited. Yes, I guess that's the difference. Again, I'm not overthinking it. And the macro lesson again here is that when you're reading these things, right, and I'm telling personal stories, I can hear how I'm changing the stories when I'm doing them in front of like my brothers, for example, or my friends that used to know me from back in when those stories were. It's almost like I sugarcoat it a little bit, which is very interesting. And I guess it's kind of a defense mechanism, but I'm not gonna do that during the actual day, for sure not. For sure not. I have a script, I stick to the script. I've also decided that I will use whatever those cards are called when you script cards, like performance cards, whatever. You barely see people do this on TEDx. I'm not taking the chance. I'm not gonna bet on a blackout. Absolutely not. I'm going in with belt and suspenders, for sure. So yeah, as you guys can hear, a lot of things are happening, and TRUEversation is taking more part. I really like talking. I really like podcasting. Every time I sit here, I'm like, why don't I do this more? So yeah, we'll see. I don't want to promise that I put out 2 episodes until next week, but I'll probably will. This has been a TRUEversation about doubt, about self-awareness, about TEDx, about artificial intelligence. Stay sharp and go to work.